Meet Tommy. Tommy's not sure which sport he will play in high school someday. But no matter what he ends up choosing, playing sports in high school will help pave the way to a happier, healthier life. All Tommy needs to do is make up his mind. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. Pure launching pad for life.
Don't worry. Phil, I'm getting used to the buttons.
And welcome back to Union City, Indiana, at the gymnasium. I did that again. At the football field. I must be thinking basketball. And anyway, as the Indians find themselves down by 5, 13-8, but it's still anybody's ball game. Thank you for joining us. My name is Brian Merrill, and this time for the second half, we got Payne Abel joining us. And I got to ask you, Payne, you played all 4 years of school. What's it like being a spectator now as a former Indian last year?
It's a real weird being up here and not out on the field with the players. I went to the past 2 games at Tri and at Hagerstown, and it was hard to watch the first game when it was like I feel like I should be out there, but then I started getting into it, and I was like, just kept cheering for the team, and it's just kind of different. I wish I could be out there and helping them.
That was my next question. Do you really wish you could be out there and suit up and hit again?
Yeah, I miss it. It's sad to not be able to get out there, but I'm pulling for our seniors this year and hoping they get as many wins as they can, especially that game, the last game of the regular season, keeping the milk can versus Winchester.
Of course, that'll be a good one. Of course, we're going to carry that game at Winchester. So, Payne, if you want to show up, you'd be more than happy to do the game with me.
I'll probably be there.
Okay, love to have you. Love to have you on board, Payne. Payne, you're at IU East now this year. So, tell me what's a high school life compared to the college life? You get to sleep in more, maybe.
Yeah, you get to sleep in more, and it's just a lot more of time management. It's just you got a lot more freedom, as they always say. You just got to manage your time really well.
Yep.
That's 3 weeks in pretty much, but.
So if you've seen the first half, I've mentioned up here, what have you seen down in the bench there watching the game as a spectator, Payne? What did you see in the first half?
UNC's playing pretty well in defense other than just letting up some big plays. They I think it was 24-25, getting some big runs, maybe it was 22. And then Indians were knocking on the door, couldn't put it in. But Indians are showing some life with that late touchdown. I think it was by Blaine Daniels.
Yeah. Couple things, Payne, I've been really impressed with is Zarin Cantu. I talked with his dad there just at halftime and I asked him if this was Zarin's first year. Of course, Cantu's a senior. He said, yeah, Cantu coming off a pick 6 last at Hagerstown, had another one tonight, Payne, took it all the way down, gave the Indians great field position. So what can I say about Cantu is the only thing I wish we had him for 3 more years. I wish this wasn't his last year to play. And, of course, the other thing I've been impressed, Payne, is the fact that Malloy's in the shotgun a lot. Last year, I don't think you guys did as much shotgun. It looks like Malloy's really opened up the offense. But what I want to say is the senior Tariquez, flawless snapping up to Reagan from the shotgun. Great hike back to the quarterback.
Yeah, going back to the game last week versus Hagerstown, it was really impressive to see Zarin step up and pick that ball off. It was either on an out route or a curl route. He read it perfectly, picked it off, ran it right into the end zone. It was down towards the other end of Hagerstown had their backs against their own end zone. Indians didn't have really much momentum. Everything seemed to be going against them, and Zarin picked it off, jumped the route, and scored for a touchdown. They were already up by 1, but that put them ahead by a little bit more. And then they eventually stopped them when they were trying to go down the score. Time ran out, and they won the game. It was a very good game to watch.
Yeah, I was keeping track on social media. I was out of town for the weekend, but I was keeping track of what's going on. It's been a great game to see, that's for sure. And I can't say enough about Blaine Daniels in that game. 3 touchdowns and 3 PATs.
He's definitely the lifeline of their offense so far this year.
Well, you know what his leg's like, Payne. I'm kind of waiting on Coach Malloy to let Blaine try about a 30, 35, 40-yarder and see what he can do.
Yeah.
But everything I have not seen Coach Malloy. Well, we punted one time, Armin Trout with 1 punt. Other than that, Coach Malloy's been going on 4th down all night. So Armentrout's getting ready to go kick off for the Indians as we're getting ready to get underway. And we'll see what the Indians' defense can do. Payne, I haven't seen either defense or either offense just really march down the field. Union City's been able to do it just a little bit of a time as the Armentrout's kick is short, and it looks like the Knights are going to have great field position starting at their own 45 to begin this second half, first series of downs. A lot of seniors on the roster this year, Payne, so it's going to be definitely a rebuilding year for the Indians next year because it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors on the roster. And many of them first-timers. I think Jacob Jeffries is playing for the first time on football. I think he was a tennis player. And Sevi Benavides, is he a football player? I didn't remember him last year.
Okay, so I know Jeffries and Sevi both played. I think it was either their sophomore or freshman year. It would have been their freshman year because I was a sophomore. They played that year, and then they didn't play again till this year, their senior year.
Here's Knightstown on their first play. Looks like Richmond's under center. He's going to – nope, not Richmond. We got a new quarterback starting out. Let's see if we can get his number. So it looks like Knightstown's used 3 quarterbacks now. We have Newby, we have Richmond, and trying to get the number here.
About a gain of 1 on that play.
Yeah, Richmond's now going to be taking snap, and Newby's right beside him. So either Panther's a threat because Newby with that lone touchdown against the Indians.
Indians in the 4-4.
Yeah, call out. Feel free. You know the offenses and defensive, Payne. Feel free to step in there. You make me sound better.
Third and medium here.
Yep. So let's see what the Indians can do. See if we can hold here and see then what Knightstown chooses to do, to punt or go for it. And then we'll get to see the Indians' first action here if we get a stop.
Panthers line up in trips looking to pass.
From the gun. Here's Newby.
Hand it off up the middle.
Nice stop by the Indians. He swarmed and just back to the line of scrimmage, making it about a 4th and 6. So we'll see what Coach Montgomery has dialed up for the Panthers. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in wherever you're watching. If you're on Facebook, shoot us a message on the feed and let us know where you're watching. Again, if you're just tuning in, I got with me the 2019 alum Payne Abel, or that'd be 20 alum, 2020?
Not 2020, but my senior year was in 2019.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know what day it is anymore, Payne. It's been weird. And they're going to punt.
Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be about the 30-yard line.
And as we mentioned, when come basketball season, I want to definitely invite you and Mackenzie Green to do some games for us this year if you'd like.
Yeah, that was fun last year announcing those basketball games.
You won't be graded on it this year.
Yeah.
Well, so the Indians, it looks like they're going to start on their own 30-yard line. Well, excuse me, 26, thank you. You have better eyesight than I do.
Mine's not very good either.
And again, Reagan from the shotgun. I've only seen him under center one time, Payne, this game. Was there a lot of shotgun at Hagerstown last week?
Yeah, there's a lot of shotgun. It's a new style of offense for Malloy, and I really like it because they get the lead back, or they get the lead blocker when they hand it off and they run it to the strong side.
Yep, Reagan throwing that one into the ground, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, I just didn't know if this was a whole new offense or not. I just don't remember Coach doing a lot of the shotgun last year.
Last year there wasn't as much shotgun, but another thing you get with running the two-back shotgun, you get some misdirection with the fake handoffs as well.
Yep.
If you remember last year where we carried the game last year, it was Hagerstown. They ran a lot of the same offense.
Okay. And here's Reagan again from the gun. Clay on the flank. Daniels in motion. Daniels gets a fake. Handoffs to Clay. Clay looks like he fights for maybe a 1 yard perhaps. Maybe the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, we'll give him one. 3rd and 8. Well, the way the sticks look, Payne, it looks like 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Good see Hunter Clay. I talked earlier in the first half. He's one of the smallest guys on the field, but he can hit hard. He's a scrapper.
Yeah, last year, if you remember, he was wearing a pink cast half the season.
Yep. And here come the Indians again. We got, looks like Addington and Daniel split out to the left. Clay flanking to the right. Reagan from the gun. 9:29 left to go in the third. Reagan drop back, looks left. Scrambles over the right. Dumps it off. Nice complete pass for first down. Is that right?
Right.
Wright continues to fight for more yards and yards after the catch with a couple of Panthers on his back. Wright manages to gain about another 8 yards, and that's an Indians first down. They'll move the sticks, and the Indians will now in the Panther territory. And it looks like they'll be snapping the next time on the Panther 46, 47-yard line. Call it 47, 48.
I've seen a lot of confidence out of senior Hunter Reagan at quarterback. He's been throwing balls into contested areas, and he's getting the completions. He's really throwing that ball on a line.
Yeah, I did mention earlier in the half, he's not looking off his receivers, and he's watching them on their patterns, and that concerns me a little bit, Payne, because if the defenders pick that up, they're looking to pick one off perhaps. So Hunter's got to watch that when he's watching his receivers go into their patterns. He needs to look off the DBs and then go back to his options.
Run up the middle for about 3 yards. Blaine Daniels on the carry.
Liam Workett on the stop. Brings up a 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Indians. Addington will split out to the left. And Daniels will get into the slot. Again, Clay flanking Hunter Reagan on the left from the gun. Tariquez with the snap. Clean snap again. Here comes Hunter Clay. Scrapping for about 7 or 8 yards. He knifed in through there, found an opening.
Good north-south running
Yep.
by Hunter Clay.
Again, just what I've seen, Payne, is just the Panthers just not really stopping the Indian run game. I mean, they might get a stop here and there, but Indians come right back, get 3 or 4 yards, and you continue to do that. You eat up the clock and you move the sticks. But the Indians need to put something on the board. The next touchdown by the Indians, they will take the lead. But they just need to stop the mental errors. That big error in Hunter Reagan when he fumbled and they ran it back, that was a backbreaker for the Indians. And not to mention that touchdown at the half, that's been the only 2 miscues by the Indians, or this could be a different ball game. As Reagan, quick pass slant in, comes back around. Is this Eli Moore? Moore trying to find an opening. Well, Moore makes a little something out of nothing as it's going to be about 4th and 2.
No doubt Coach Malloy's going to go for it here.
Yeah, no question. I just don't see Coach punting too much here, and you got to. If you're going to go on 4th and 5, you might as well go on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. So did Coach last year, Payne, ever had any what they call gadget plays or anything for certain situations?
We don't have any specific gadget plays if the defense lines up in something. I mean, there are some specific ones where if their D line's not over the center, we're gonna
trips to the left.
We're gonna go QB sneak.
And the handoffs to Clay. Clay might have got the first down. Looking from this vantage point, it looks like he's got it. Blaine Daniels says he thinks he's got it. So yep, they're going to mark it, and that's going to be a first down by the Indians. So the Indians having no problem, Payne, moving the ball. And when you're moving the ball, that clock keeps running. It's just now we're down to 6:50 in the third. So this has been a fast third quarter already. And Indians, I'd like to know the time of possession because I think it's been all Indians this game. They just a couple of miscues, as I said, and this could be a different ball game. But we'll see if the Indians can get it in the end zone here on this drive. Here's Reagan.
Shotgun. Drops back. Fires the slant.
Nice pass.
Dropped, though.
They called it. Yeah, no. He scooped it up. Addington picked it up. Yep. Addington was falling to the ground, and he slid right under it and brought it right in. So great pass by Reagan, great catch by the senior Addington. Senior to senior again. Addington's having a great night.
He had a good return up the middle earlier, kickoff return. Indians knocking on the door. They couldn't finish it out last time. Let's see if they can finish it here. Hunter Reagan hands off to Blaine Daniels. Blaine has a hold, but gets closed quick by Knightstown. Gets stopped for about a 1-yard gain.
Sam Thomas on the stop.
So about 2nd and 10 there still. 2nd and 9. But the Indians just need to keep their heads about themselves. No penalties. And the other thing, mentioned in penalties, Payne, I think there's only been maybe 2 penalties this whole game.
I think they were both against the Indians. One was kind of questionable.
No, legal procedure. There was a legal procedure by the Panthers.
Yeah, there was on the neutral zone infraction. But then there was also one on the Indians. It was a sideline warning, and then there was –
Yeah, that was the first one of the game. Here's Reagan, flanked by Daniels and Clay. Handoffs to Clay. Clay goes to look off the tackle and gets maybe a loss of 1. Thought he might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like Clay might have lost 1. Bringing up a 3rd and 9. And the Indians find themselves on the Panther 21.
Down and 9.
So this would be, I'll tell you what, this might be a good opportunity to maybe check that leg of Daniels if they don't convert on this.
I got a feeling the Indians are going to call a screen pass here, maybe look to get the ball back into the middle of the field. Get up the middle.
So trips to the left again. Clay the lone setback beside Reagan. Here's the snap. Reagan back. He's looking off right. Didn't look him off, and he, overthrew Brendan Wright.
Pass incomplete.
Yeah, I think if Reagan could have pump faked there and then put it in the air, that might have given Wright enough time to get under it.
And 9 for the Indians.
Reagan took the snap and just was hoping Brendan would run right under it, and just a little too much on it, and Brendan couldn't get it.
Better to have overthrown that ball, though, than try and leave it a little bit, put a little bit less on it, and then it'd be short.
You want to make sure that if your guy can't catch it, nobody can catch it. So good throw by Reagan, just a little too much for the junior Wright.
4th and 8 here for the Indians.
Here's Reagan.
Trips out to Reagan's right.
Brandon Wright on the left. Try to say that 5 times. And Hunter being rushed. Gets it off. Nice bullet pass in and out of the hands of Wright. And that'll be turnover on downs. It'll be the Panther ball, and they'll start from the 21, it looks like.
Knightstown will take over on down.
So just like that, that's how we start the first half of the Indians here.
On their own.
So the Indians defense come out for the first half, and I believe they had if I'm not mistaken, they had possession for the whole thing, didn't they, Payne?
They've had possession for most of the third
Yeah,
quarter.
4:45 left to go, so Coach Malloy's troops are eating up the clock, but they still have nothing to show for it, Payne. They need to get on the board. As the Panthers try to knife in, that's Newby. He had the touchdown in the first half. A huge gaping hole opened up. I don't know if Payne Abel was in that hole. I don't think that hole would have been big if you were out there suited up, Payne.
Yeah. Cowper does a really good job, though, up front, holding down the fort there for the Indians defense, right smack dab in the middle. Also on that D-line, you got Brendan Wright, Ryan Armitrout, and I think Sevi Benavidez.
Anguiano might be in there, too.
Anguiano's lined up at linebacker. I think
he's
that's
a junior.
Eric Tarica is on the D-line as well, senior.
Tarica is also a senior. Yep, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be losing a lot for the Indians, so looks like it's gonna be a rebuild year next year.
Blaine Daniels on the stop for the Indians.
So that's 3rd and 6 for the Panthers,
3rd down and 6.
and we have Newby and Richmond in the backfield, so it could be hiked to either one. I'm going to want to say that Richmond's your pure quarterback, but Newby's handled some QB duties too. Oh, nice block, and are they going to call that motion? Go after it. Oh, they're going to call it incomplete pass. Okay, way to get in there. Who got in there, Payne? It looks like Cowper got some penetration.
I'm not sure who got in there, but I'm glad they got the tip because the RDB on the near sideline was having to play 2 defenders going deep.
Brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, we saw a play that late in the second half or first half, Payne, that I don't know if it was Likens, whoever's on that left side, got beat again by about 8 yards, and the pass would have been 6, but it was overthrown.
Yeah,
got behind our DBs. That's been one of our Achilles' heels the last few years.
Punt, flag thrown.
All right, we'll see what this flag is on the play. We'll bring up the volume there. See what the referee says.
Ben Newby on the punt.
Either
There is a flag on the play.
it's either a neutral zone infraction on the defense lined up over the neutral zone, or one of the wide receivers for Hager or Knightstown was lined up too far on the ball.
Well, let's see if you're right there, Ed Hockley. Got a new name for the ref last night watching a guy named Cleet Blankman.
For
Best name for a ref. Best name in the NFL referees. Cleet Blankman. You got to be tough if you got a name like Cleet.
official Jeff Green gonna make the call.
Okay. So yeah, the Green.
Explaining it to the team captain.
Yep, referee Green. Yep.
City.
So Addington's coming to the sideline, looking at the coach, and they're going to march it backwards. So the Panthers are going to go backwards. See what to call.
They have equipment on the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat, 4th down.
Equipment on the offense is what they're trying to make of it. Not sure. We're still cutting out on the mic there. That's nothing on us, folks. We're just
Penalty was on Knightstown.
So that backs the Panthers up, and we're looking now at about a fourth and
That's either a
4th and 6.
that's
4th and 10 probably.
That's either a mouthpiece or a chin strap, just trying to keep the players safe on Knightstown. That's why the refs threw that flag. And that makes coaches go crazy as well, losing field position because of little mistakes like that. Punt doesn't go too far, but it does get a nice roll. Rolls for about 8 yards. Touchdown, touched at about the 48-yard line.
There is a flag on the play.
Another flag. Well, we went pretty much flag-free essentially in the first half. Now we got 2 quick ones here. So we'll see what the call is. See if the mic will work this time. As Greeny will come, turns it on. Let's see.
Foul. Team. 15 yards. Play.
Okay, personal foul on the Panthers. So what are they going to do in that situation, Payne? They're going to make it re-kick, or we're just going to march 15 in our favor?
Depends on.
Looks like
it was after the play.
Okay.
So
Personal foul called on Knightstown.
So it's going to be marched forward at the end of the kick.
Well, that's good for Union City, as they're going to find themselves 1st and 10 on about the Panther 36, 37-yard line. Reagan's going to come out to the play, and he's going to get his troops for the second series of down in the second half. 3:18 left to go in this third quarter.
1st and 10 for the
Indians still find themselves down
Knightstown.
13-8. Got to remember, keep muting PA announcer Lacey over there. Here's Reagan to Clay. Clay's going off tackle. He's going around the left end. Clay's got some room. He's going. He's keep going. He's on the 20, down by 15, and Clay finally brought down on about the 7-yard line. Great run by the senior Hunter Clay by the Indians. Indians 1st and goal on the first play. Excellent execution by the Indian offense. And no jumping penalties on the line there, Payne. No O-line illegal procedures.
Yeah, Coach Michaels and Coach Malloy have kept the offensive line pretty disciplined through most of this season. I've only seen like 1 or 2 false starts on the offense through the first 3 games so far.
This would be very good for the Indians to get the momentum to change if they can stick it in the end zone for 6 and take a 1-point lead and possibly 2 with the PAT. Here's Reagan from the gun, flanked by Daniels and Clay. Here's a snap. Clay gets the ball again. Clay looks like he's got some room, knifing through. Clay gets down to the 5. Looks like he had more room if he'd have went on around the left end. If he could have got around, I think he had open daylight and he might have put it in.
Good job by Daniels to pick up that blitzing backer.
Addington comes back in, replacing number 3, Jeffries.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach go from the power eye this far down the end zone.
What kind of play you see here, Payne, on the 5?
Up the middle. No need to risk passing it on 2nd down. Just hand it up off the middle, or up the middle to Clay or Daniels. Daniels gets the ball, lead block Clay.
Ooh, Daniels just runs into a wall of Panthers. He's still going on his feet, and he keeps going backwards. Oh, that's just not what you need if you're the Indians. Loss of about 6 or 7, it looks like. Daniels just trying to get around in, trying to free himself to get around, and he just kept going backwards. So great defense by 25 Newby.
3rd down for the Indians.
So the Indians and coach find themselves at 3rd and 5. More than that, really.
Maybe see like a corner out here towards the back of the end zone. Something safe. Throw it wherever your receiver can get it. Maybe just run, get some better field position. Maybe let Blank kick a field goal.
Again, here's Reagan, ready for the snap from Tarikas. Clean snap, Reagan, quick snap. Oh, and it's picked off. And they're going to call a touchback. Hunter Reagan throws an interception in the end zone.
Pass is intercepted in the end zone.
So a bad break for the Indians as they'll take it on the 20 now with the Panthers. And they'll be going the other way with 1:16 left to go in the third. Still anybody's game, but the Indians just keep shooting themselves in the foot. They get down, and they're either don't convert on a 4th down or they come up with a turnover and errant mistake. So if the Indians can correct that, I think they can get back in this ball game because it's still one-score game. Knightstown has only capitalized on a couple of miscues of the Indians, one miscue turnover-wise, but other than that, Knightstown's really not been able to run on the Indians. Newby had that 1 touchdown in the first half, but other than that, it's just been pretty much a few yards here and there on both teams.
Knightstown really bunched together in their formation.
Here's Richmond. Richmond going around to the right side, off tackle.
Keep.
And he's tackled by number 52. Looks like Armentrout got him.
Yep, that's Ryan.
Stop by Ryan Armentrout.
So 2nd and 10. Call it 2nd and 11. A loss of about 1.
Brings up a 2nd down for the Panthers.
Yeah, looks like we got, we twins to the left. Got a wide out, Richmond wide out to the right. Here's Newby with the snap. He's looking for Richmond all the way. And nice pass dump off to number 80. And he's still on his feet. Indians can't tackle. He cuts in. He's still on his feet. Oh, and he's finally tripped up by Cantu. If Cantu hadn't got his ankles, he'd looking for 6 the other way, and they just couldn't wrap him up here on this pass.
Stop by Zarin Cantu.
It's a great catch by Aaron Reagan, the senior wide receiver for the Panthers, and able to turn a lot more yardage after the catch. Indians just could not wrap him up, and because of that, looks like they got about another 5, 6, 7 yards out of that. And they are across midfield. Now they find themselves on the Indian 42 as a timeout's called on the field.
At the end of the third quarter.
Oh, sorry, end of the third. Just looked up, saw that. So we got 12 more minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's still a 5-point game in anybody's game, but if Knightstown puts it in the end zone, Payne, it's going to be a little bit hard for the Indians. We've seen good offense out of them, but no big plays by the Indians. A few here and there, but nothing really to break out away from the defense and get in the end zone.
Yeah, Indians have been knocking on the door, just can't put it in the end zone. They got one big breakout run by Blaine Daniels for about 45 yards for the touchdown.
Yep.
Other time they got stopped on about the 1 and then got a safety. That's how they got the 8.
Yep. And I tell you, that 2 points could make a difference in this ball game, Payne. As I look up, seeing 13-8, that 2 point could be a factor. So when they come back out, they're going to come back out, and Panthers are, see, we got everybody out here. Yep. Looks like Richmond's going to come back out. And here come the Indians. They're going to switch ends. Looks like Cowper's trimmed up a little. He looks bigger and muscular. It looks like he's lost a little bit of weight this season.
He told me he's lost quite a bit of weight, down to 245 is what he's listed at.
What was he packing last year?
I think around, I'm not too sure about this, maybe 275, around there. Lost quite a bit of weight.
Well, good. He'll probably have won't breathe as heavy then. Won't get as tired maybe. Here's the Panthers. And again, a different quarterback takes the snap, and he goes around the right end.
About a 7-yard
Yep.
gain.
Yep, as Mason Fields, he's a sophomore quarterback. So what I've seen, Payne, out of Knightstown, looks like they've used 3 and 4 quarterbacks tonight, or at least in the quarterback position. So if you're trying to plan for the defense and plan for a quarterback, if you're Coach Malloy, that could be a headache. You don't know who to plan for. As we're just underway in the fourth quarter, 11:30, 13-8. Anybody's game still. But going to be a little bit more of a hill to climb if the Indians cannot keep the Panthers from getting in the end zone. Again, the quarterback and around the right end. And he's got more. First down and more. Finally upended, but not after gaining about 15 pounds there. Taking it 15 pounds, 15 yards, 15 pounds maybe. Still talking about Cowper. And it looks like they're going to be on the Union City. Where are they going to mark the ball at? The 25, Payne? Looks like it. 26.
Yeah, 26. 26.
And Knightstown continues to run down the field, led by number 18, Mason Fields, the sophomore. And that's who's back behind center again. And once again, he chooses to take it and run. And he gets around in. Looks like he's got some speed, but after a gain of a couple, Indians could have had him in the backfield, but he was able to slip out of the hands.
About a gain of 1.
Yep.
Looking at the TEC for football, some odd things you see is Northeastern last year won the TEC, I'm pretty sure, and now they have fallen to 0-3 this year.
Now, Knightstown's 2-0 in the TEC.
Beat by Winchester, Tri, and I'm pretty sure another team. I cannot remember who they lost to in week 1. If they did lose in week 1. But I know the
Here's
past 2
Newbie
weeks
back,
they have fell.
looking to crank one up. He cocked it, but brought it down. And who's got fumble?
Fumble.
Who's got fumble? And the Panthers fall on it. Great defense. Cowper was in there. Looks like Cowper might have got a hand on it, knocked out of his hands.
Knightstown's number 70, Sam Thomas.
Boy, that's just what Knightstown did not need. Now you got a third in a calendar year to get the first down. So great break for the Indians there on that defensive play. And Cowper's got to be a lot to handle for that offensive line. He might have lost that weight, but he still seemed to be pretty quick and strong down there.
17 for the Panthers.
3rd and 17 for the Panthers. All the Indians got to do is make sure that there's no catch and run or big quarterback draw here.
And Newbie's back. He's looking to crank another one. He's gotten plenty of time. And almost picked off. Is that Cantu? No, Blaine Daniels almost picked that off.
Good job by the safety. That looks like it's Gabe who ran across the face there and batted it down.
But you can't give Newbie that much time because he stepped up a couple steps and he fired a rocket. And Blaine Daniels almost picked it off. But if Daniels wasn't there, it looked like 6 in the end zone.
Number 5, Blaine Daniels.
So big break for the Indians on that one.
Down and 17.
So looks like the offense are going to stay on the field, Payne. 4th and 17. Boy, I think there's been 2 punts in this game. I kind of like these play calls by both Coach Montgomery and Coach Malloy. Don't worry about punting. We're going to try to get the first down. 4 plays to get the first down is Newbie again behind center. And he's looking to run. And the Indians stop him. Boy, that was an odd call, Payne. A run on that like a quarterback draw.
I don't know if it was the protection just got broke up a little bit or receivers weren't getting down.
4th and forever calling a quarterback draw. I don't know about that one, Coach Montgomery, but either way, Indians are going to take over with 10:08 left to go, still down 5.
1st and 10.
Here comes Hunter Reagan from Coach Malloy. He'll bring in the play to the Indians.
1-yard line.
And Reagan himself being a senior, so next year Alex Spence is the backup quarterback, the freshman, so he's going to have a lot to handle next year if he steps into the starting role next season. Here's Reagan.
Hands it off to Clay. Clay.
Switches direction, goes up the middle, and Clay maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, possibly a gain of 1.
Play on the carry.
You gain a 1 there for
Short
Clay.
gain brings up a 2nd down and a long 9. Toth and Rhodes on the stop.
Jeffries brings into play to quarterback Reagan. Jeffries coming in for Addington. Addington comes to sideline for a breather. He'll probably bring in the next play. Do they run the receivers in for the plays, Payne?
Oh, yes, they do.
Does Hunter ever audible or call his own?
I mean, later in the year, last year we did, based on like what the defense was showing us, we could flip the play, go
Here's
a different
Reagan.
direction.
Reagan being chased. Just out there, nice screen. Here comes Daniels. Daniels trying to find some yardage. It looks like he got about 8 or 9 out of that.
Blaine Daniels.
Going to make it about a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Great play by Reagan to Daniels.
Porter brings up a
So Daniels has been a workhorse tonight, and Addington's been having a great receiving game. If we can just get one of those things that get in the end zone and get one of those guys. As the clock continues to wind, Indians are eating up the clock on the ground, but they have got to get something out of this offense. Especially, I think this is an important series. Addington will be split out wide right. That's hard to say. Try to say that 5 times.
Hunter in the gun
Right,
with
wide
2
right.
backs. Hands off to Clay. Clay gets up the middle.
Oh,
Gets
I think
about
he's got it. I think he got enough.
1 or 2.
It looks like the line judge there is coming in past the first down, so I think we're going to need a measurement here, maybe our first measurement.
The near judge got it a little
Nope,
bit.
they're going to call it first down Indians.
It is a Indian 1st down.
So good break for the Indians there as they move the sticks. And they're on their own 42 and continuing to roll here on the ground against the Knightstown Panthers. Reagan again from the gun, flanked by Clay. Here's Reagan.
Screen pass.
Nice slot into Addington. That worked before.
That's a great screen
Yeah,
play there. by
they did that in
Malloy.
the first half, Payne, and it was well executed.
It worked a lot last year. It's
Yeah.
worked this year. It worked in the past couple games they've played. It's a great play call. Tricks all the D-line.
Yeah.
They won't get the sack. They come sprinting
I tell you
up.
what, that might be a play you want to call, Payne, if you're down on, first and goal. That might be a nice little slot, quick pass to Addington again for 6. So let's see if Malloy has that in his pocket if the Indians could get down into the red zone.
The only problem with that is if you're really up close on the goal line, it gets real congested in the middle.
Here's Reagan again from the gun. Clay on the left. Hand off to Clay. Clay's, slipped up and fell down. May have lost a yard.
7:45 left here in the fourth quarter of action. Indians down 13-8.
Stop by Sam Thomas. 2nd and 10 for the Indians.
Got a camera on the field this year, Payne's got some good shots. Jordan Walzer's down there, the birthday boys, doing the camera down on the field there.
Yep,
So
happy birthday, Jordan. He told me he was 17 today.
Yep, seeing some great shots by our cameraman Walls down there. Here's Reagan again. Drops back, 3-step drop. Looking to crank one deep, and just right into the hands. Another interception by the Panthers. Overthrew his receiver right into the arms. The Panther was waiting on it.
Reagan's pass intercepted.
So I think he was trying to get, trying to think right. He was trying to pass to Wright the other interception he got. So Wright's a tall kid, just a little bit too much for him. Hunter put too much on it, right into the Panthers' arms. So just like that, 7:09, the Panthers will take over.
Knightstown will take over 1st and 10.
And it looks like they're on their own 29-yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
I'll make sure I say that before PA announcer Lacey. And here come the Panthers. And who we got behind quarterback this time? It's anybody's guess, Payne. I see Newbie there, but I'm wanting to say that I can't see if that's number 11 or not. It's either going to be Richmond or number 18 Fields.
Hunter Clay comes off the field.
Ooh, looks like they're looking at his hand.
Might be blood. Officials have to stop officials have to stop the plays if there's blood, not in the middle of the play, but before the play starts, so you can get it covered
And
up.
the trainer. Oh, low snap. Indians penetrate. Bam! Nails the quarterback. So that's good for the ends. Oh, and looks like Richmond gets up gingerly on that right ankle.
Looks like Brendan Wright there on the sack.
It looks like Richmond's okay. He's trotting back to the sideline. But, yeah, bad low snap, and that big break for the Indians. That's about a 6-7-yard loss, and that's going to put them in a hole at 2nd and 18.
Good job by the Indians trainer. Gets
8-yard
the player
loss.
right back out there on the field.
Yep.
Key part of that defense, middle linebacker.
Yep. And we mentioned earlier he's just a hard hitter. I talked to a couple players this week, and he was talking about how hard Clay can hit. So I think he's going to surprise a lot of those people, and he'll ring your bell if he gets the opportunity to. The senior will.
Fullbacks and linebackers known for their hitting ability.
Here's Richmond.
Clay's surely one of those.
Again, and he's upended again. So Indians defense are coming alive in this series of downs here. I think they sense some urgency now as the clock continues to wind. We're looking at 6:05 and counting in the game. Still finding themselves down 5. What we could use here, Payne, is a can-do interception. Can-do, can-do. It'll be 3rd and 18. So let's see what the Panthers have dialed up on this play. We got trips to the left, including 18 back over here. Mason Fields has been all over the field. Again, another low snap. Newbie looking to crank one out and picked off. What did I say? Great play by Gabe Addington, the senior. That's definitely the break that the Indians need. We got a Panther down on the field, slow to get up.
Yeah, intended receiver got taken to the ground hard by, I think it was Lucas Likens. Good play by the corner to take him to the ground, even though the ball got picked off. Have to take him to the ground just in case that ball gets by.
Yep. Addington having a great home opener here tonight on both ends of the field. Great interception. And it came at a key time, I think, Payne, 5:29. This is where the Indians really need to convert and get it in the end zone and eat some clock.
Yeah, because if they turn the ball over again, it's going to be – clock's not going to be their friend anymore.
And Panthers are going to keep it on the ground if they're smart. So this is probably the one that's going to make or break the Indians on this series. Here's Reagan. Quick slant pass again to Addington. Addington knifes in, gain of about 2 or 3. You can't go to that well too often, Payne. They're going to realize that, and they're going to step up and get one. So Reagan's got to be careful.
That one was a screen pass there, wide receiver screen.
Yep.
2nd and 7 for the Indians.
Indians got to be careful. And I think this will be the series that decides the game for the Indians with just a little over 5 minutes and counting left in this ball game. And the Indians come to the line as Reagan brings the troops. We got Daniel split wide right. Try to say that 5 times. Right on the left.
Hand off to the lane up the middle.
Keep going, keep churning.
Gets about 3 more.
Yep.
Blake Daniels on the
Daniel's a state class wrestler for the Indians, and I'm sure that his physique and build, the strength of his legs can turn out those extra yards.
Sam Thomas on the stop.
Addington's bringing the play into senior Reagan. And we'll see what Coach Malloy has dialed up for this 3rd and 5.
For the Indians.
Here's Reagan. Looking over to the right. Pass the ball and almost picked off again. Reagan needs to start using some ball fakes. I think those are being telegraphed, Payne. Those are too easy to pick off. He needs to start looking off some of his D-backs.
4th down and 5 for the Indians.
This might be it. This might be the key. Indians are going to have to use their timeouts if they turn the ball over.
4 minutes left here in the 4th.
Yep, because if you're Knightstown, you just want to keep it on the ground. Turn out that clock. Still a 5-point game, so one possession either way could make a difference in this game. Knightstown scores. I think it might be the nail in the coffin for the Indians. The Indians score, then puts all the pressure back on the Panthers to come back. So this is a big, big play right here. Could be the play of the game for Coach Malloy and Reagan. And
called.
I think the Panthers might want to – nope, Panthers call timeout, or was that an Indian timeout? Indian timeout, they want to think about it. So if you're Coach Malloy here, Payne, what do you think? I think this might be the play that decides it.
4th and 6-ish. Got to throw a pass, maybe.
Want to try another one of the slants?
Depends on how confident you are in your offensive line and your running backs. I mean, they have shown glimpses of light. Just depends on if he can get them to block each person they're supposed to block up front. But the pass, other than a few miscues, the Indians have thrown pretty well this game.
Yeah, I think it's been good play by both teams on both ends, but just a couple miscues by the Indians converted into points. One on a turnover, and then one of a gaping hole that Newbie took right to the house. And other than that, that's been pretty much all that's happened in the game. Cantu with a big interception when we needed it. But Indians just not been able to. They move down the ball, and then they sputter. So here we go, folks. 4th and 5. This might decide the game. Here's Reagan in the shotgun, flanked by Daniels and Clay. Reagan, they're going to give it to Daniels. Here's a reverse. Flea flicker back to Reagan. Reagan's going to look. He's wide open. Here's the pass. Oh, just not enough on it. And Reagan throws his 3rd interception of the night. The guy was wide open. And Reagan just could not have the arm to take it there. Great play call by Coach Malloy on a flea flicker, and he was wide open. The receiver looks like Addington was about 6-7 yards behind his defender, and Reagan just couldn't get enough on it to get it to Addington, and it came up short, and the Panthers picked off for the 3rd interception of the night. What a backbreaker by the Indians. Still not over yet, Payne. We got enough time with the timeouts. The Indians need a couple stops here, and I think they can get the ball back.
I do like that play call by Coach Malloy.
Definitely.
We called that one
Definitely.
at the start. We called that one as the first play of the game last year versus Union County. It worked pretty well. Would have worked there, just thrown a little bit too short.
1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line.
All right, couple evenly matched teams, Payne, that's for sure, I think. For being 2-0 in the conference, Knightstown just looks like they're having all they can with the Indians.
Run up the middle, maybe a yard.
Yeah, if you're the Panthers, you just want to eat the clock. Clock's your friend on this one, but you don't want to cause a turnover. That's one thing. I think one first down, definitely 2 first downs, the game's over, but 1 first down, that might be too much for the Indians to handle, Payne. We'll see. What a heartbreaking play for the Indians. Addington wide open. Great play call on that 4th and 5 by Malloy. Just if Hunter just had a little bit more oomph on it, that was 6 to Addington all the way. Here's the Panthers. Newby up the middle. That's how he scored last time, but the Indians were able to plug that hole and stop him down for no gain.
3 minutes left here in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter of action. Indians down 13-8.
Boy, how many chances are the Panthers going to give the Indians here? 2:56 and counting, but it looks like the Indians might get the ball back. 3rd and 10. And I can't imagine you go 4th and 10. You're going to punt it if they don't convert here. And then hopefully your Panther defense, if you're Coach Montgomery, can hold the Indians and keep them out of the end zone and go home with a victory. Still a 5-point game, so a touchdown will win it for the Indians. Newby.
Shotgun with
Newby.
one.
Well, wait, I think it might be Richmond. I'm trying to think, is that 11 or 25? It's 11, Richmond. And nice pass, but little to no gain. Is going to bring up about a 4th and 8. I don't know, if you're Coach Malloy, I'd call a timeout. I wouldn't let the clock run. I'd call a timeout.
4th and 5.
Yeah, finally. Well, that's some precious seconds. I would have called a timeout immediately after they stopped him to stop that clock.
Indians have had multiple chances this game to still be in it. They knocked on the door in the first half at the 1-yard line. They ended up getting a safety out of it after a turnover on downs. And earlier they had a pick thrown in the end zone when they were in the red zone again. They just need to finish in the red zone.
Right, you are, Payne. That's exactly right. So this will get a little bit of a nail biter because the Indians might get the ball back with maybe about 2 minutes left to go. I think Coach Malloy could have called that timeout a little earlier and maybe saved a few 6-7 precious seconds. We'll see. And, of course, you know Coach Malloy, he's going to go for it no matter what. So this might come down to the very wire, Payne. Hopefully the Panthers can have a miscue and the Indians can do something with it.
Biggest play of the game right here for both sides.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Right now it is. You bet.
Oh, maybe Panthers looking to punt.
4th and 5? Yeah. Watch the fake. If they fake it, boy, it's going to break the Indians' back. So don't get caught sleeping. Boy, there's a lot of gap right there. Just outside behind the linebackers, and you got Daniels, the lone
2 gunners
back
on one side here as well. Punts off.
Oh, man, it was almost blocked. Wright almost got his hand on it. And Daniels is going back. He picks it up. Here comes Daniels. Let's see. Don't clip. Don't clip. Oh, nice. Nice. Daniels is trying to find room. The clock's running. And once again, Daniels goes backwards, and they throw him to the ground. So there you have it, Payne. There's going to be 1:57 left to go, and the Indians are going to start probably what's going to be their last drive on their own 25-yard line, 26-yard line. Daniels just couldn't get the speed to get away from that defender, and he kept going backwards, and as a result of that, lost about another 5 or 6 yards.
Got a feeling we're going to see.
So excellent defense by the Panthers. Sorry, Payne.
Got a feeling we're going to see a couple runs up the middle to see if Blaine can break free. That's definitely who you're wanting to go to as your biggest playmaker, Blaine Daniels, right now. Other than that, I can see a few passes towards Gabe Addington, Brendan Wright, maybe Blaine out there as well. Eli Moore's not a bad target either.
Boy, it'd be neat if Coach Malloy had a hook and ladder play in his repertoire. Old Dan Marino, Dolphins. Reagan. Oh, almost picked off again. But they was able to get it. Little to no gain. Looks like it's who did he pass that to? Is that number 10, Eli Moore?
And he's not in a hurry up. Minute 40 left.
Yep.
Sam Thomas on the stop for Knightstown.
Likens checks in for Moore. And here come the Indians again. 2nd and 7. 1:27 and counting to go. The Indians need a big break. Here's Reagan from the gun. Reagan steps back. He's got a little bit more time, and it's picked off again. So by number 77 or 72 maybe. So that might be it, Payne. Hunter's 4th interception of the night. It was a costly one as the Panthers are going to take over deep in Indians territory on about the, 25, 20. And 1:13 left to go. So I think that might have been a ball game there, Payne.
They're just going to knee it out.
Yep.
Indians
you don't have to do anything but victory formation now.
Indians don't have enough timeouts. Yep.
Well, tough. Go ahead.
That game can't all be placed on the shoulders of one person. It's across the board on the whole team. They had plenty of chances down on the goal line.
That's a fact. Missed opportunities, and Reagan, a little bit in duress there, but he's been hurried a little bit most of the night, and clearly got to be exhausted because his arms got to be tired because he's thrown a lot of passes tonight. Yeah, sadly, just 4 of them in the arms of the other team.
Yeah, and being a senior out there on the field, you're going to want that game back.
Oh yeah, he's a competitor. Reagan's going to go home. He'll think about this for a while, and he'll rebound. He'll come back next week.
Indians going to fall to 1-2.
Tough break for the Indians. And that was the drive that sealed it. So 48 seconds and counting, they're just going to run it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, with 42 seconds, the score will probably stay at 13-8. A noble and valiant effort by the Indians. Just a couple of miscues cost them the point differential, in my opinion. And looks like that's going to be it as they down it, and they're going to let the clock run out. Hands are being shaken. Good sportsmanship. And tough loss for the Indians, tough loss for the seniors, because on our pandemic season that we're having, Payne, we're not going to have the full season that we normally did. We've already had some cancellations, and they're trying to get these kids to be able to play and rescheduling games. But got to be a tough year for the seniors and a tough loss tonight for the Indians.
A few positives to take away from this game is defense looks sharp other than letting up a few big plays down the field. And offensively, Blaine Daniels still looking great, as well as Eli Moore looked good. So did Brendan Wright, played well, and so did Gabe Addington.
Yep.
Hunter Reagan, that's just an off game.
Yep.
He's played well through the first two. He'll bounce back.
Yep.
Indians got a lot of games left to play, and I feel like they're going to get a few more wins.
Looking at the crowd, those Indians fans, I see Mariah Claywell, one of our best volleyball players, is on crutches. So something must have happened in practice or something, and that's not good for our Indian ladies volleyball team, because she is a definite great player that we need. So I have to find out what's wrong with Miss Claywell. Just saw her down in the crowd. But tough loss for the Indians, tough loss for the seniors. If you're a senior, that's the last time you're going to see Knightstown, Payne. Not the way you want to go out. But, Payne, go ahead.
Especially on your home turf. You never want to lose at home, but I got a feeling they're going to win a lot more games this year. They're a really good team, and they've got they got a lot more games to play.
Well, that's a wrap. Again, the final score is 13, Knightstown Panthers, the Union City Indians 8. In our home opener, we're going to be right back here next week to take on Northeastern in senior night, I believe. And so stick around until next week. We'll be right here with you. And hopefully, Payne, you're welcome. Come on up into the booth and do some more games with us. I enjoyed your company the second half. But a tough loss on behalf of Phil Williams, Luis Niels, the Stewart twins, and my man Walls. Happy birthday, Walls. I'm Brian Merrill. Everybody have a safe holiday. Don't forget, Uptown, it's the Arts Festival, so all kinds of stuff going on in Union City tomorrow night. Free concerts, free everything. So come on up and check out what Union City has to offer. Everybody have a great evening.